And if we're looking at those numbers, I hate to say it.
Hey, yo, Eeze.
Yo, what's the deal, fam? Recently, I did a video about Snoop and Dre's Missionary album. Just a quick reaction, but I gave my honest and fair assessment, right? And everyone didn't agree, but that's what makes this channel a beautiful place, because as long as it's done in a respectful way, all adults, we can accept that. But I have a question. Reports come out about the first week sales. And for a disclaimer, all you that listen to this channel or watch the channel, I'm not a big fan of record sales, because I don't think that it shows that an album's a classic. Snoop and Dre moved approximately, let's just round it up to 40,000 units. And what I can't understand is, why is there such a disconnect with the promotion of said artists and albums and the sales that happen subsequently in today's climate? This is Snoop and Dre. They've been on a nice little press run for quite some time. If you go on YouTube, you can find quite a few interviews going back 5+ months related to this album. Even recently, they did an interview with Drink Champs that was on Complex channel, over 1 million views, I believe. Other channels, close to about 200,000 views. A lot of impressions on many different social networks. But I can't understand how they only they move 40,000 units. Is it because consumers are more interested in the stories of said artists instead of the music itself? Are consumers not interested in the music at all? Could it be that, I don't know, the way that the numbers are quantified when it comes to album sales are so far off and skewed that it's not even reality? This is honest questions for me. I really don't understand how the album sale thing works anymore. I really don't. The streams, the physical copies, and all this other stuff. But this is Snoop and Dre. And if we're looking at those numbers, I hate to say it, it's a flop, right? And that's crazy to me. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Snoop and Dre only moving 40,000 units. And I don't know if it's distributed through one of the major labels. I don't know if it's fully independent. But at the same time, it's still Snoop and Dre. I think Nas and Hit Boy's KD3 first week moved about, 30,000, give or take? And that was without like a rollout and a bunch of interviews and stuff like that. And I'm not comparing. What I'm trying to understand is that these two haven't worked together on an album together. This is Snoop and Dre. In well over 2 decades. And they only moved 40,000 units first week. Kendrick did over 300,000. I know it was a beef attached to it, or the whole back and forth with, the boy. But I don't understand. So maybe you guys can answer that question for me, because typically I find myself, going down the rabbit hole, trying to find evidence, examples, trying to make connections. But with this album sales stuff, this is why I don't even talk about it, because it don't make sense to me anymore. It really doesn't make sense how Snoop and Dre only move 40,000 units. Whether I'm not a big fan of the album or not, it's still Snoop and Dre. And if you look at, like I stated, the interviews, the numbers are there. People are watching them speak about their history, the album, and many different other things. So why aren't the numbers even remotely the same when it comes to the very thing that they're promoting, which is the music? Maybe you guys have the answer. I'm not one of these guys that roam around here and think I know everything. For now, I want to sit back and I want to hear what you have to say concerning this, because it don't make sense to me. And I know we're not in the 90s and the early 2000s when first week sales aren't what they were. But some people are moving well over 100,000. But this is Snoop and Dre. They are walking brands. Anything they put their name on seems to move. Or even not just move units, selling companies based off of their name and receiving generational wealth. But yet musically, the thing that they're known for doesn't move the needle? I'm perplexed, and I'm being dead serious. I don't understand it. Just reading those numbers, I was like, how is that possible? How is it possible? How is it possible? So you let me know in the comment section. I don't get it. Maybe I'll never understand. Maybe it's designed that way so we won't understand how it works. But I don't understand how certain artists can move units, but when you have a Snoop and Dre, and it seems like it's the recipe for success with regards to numbers, and it don't check the box, I think music may be in the not a bad place, but a scary place. Or maybe this is just proving to us that change is most definitely is here. And the way in which we knew things are completely over. But I don't get it, man. Snoop and Dre, Missionary album, moves about 40,000 units.
Hey, yo, Eeze.